Hi, Makadi. I am Rudotania Gamalio Madindi, a very spontaneous and etiquette lady pastor. I am known for my smile. I'm fun and funny. Some call me Mbiva Windy. Sister's keeper for me is a woman who is ready to give their lives for another, an advisor, a helper. Anybody who will love somebody else the way Christ loves us.
Hello, my name is Yvonne Tilachke. Some call me YV. I identify as loving, long-suffering, confident, and sometimes a little too sensitive. But to me, sisterhood and sisters keepers are people that are gracious towards one another, people that don't judge each other too quickly, people that extend grace to one another. For me, a sister's keeper inspires me to be a better version of myself.
I struggled today to find the perfect dress or the clothing that was befitting for this particular event. And it is because I wanted to make sure that I am not rejected. I want to be appreciated. I want to be accepted. And ladies and gentlemen, I am Rudotania Madindi.
And my name is Yvonne Tibachke.
And I'm Yarazo Hazangwi.
And I'm Tyra, aka Madam Solidadi Monoka my daddy.
We want to talk about rejection. What is rejection?
Listen, in my own layman's understanding of rejection is not being accepted, not being wanted.
Okay.
You know, being refused. That's how I sort of understand rejection, where you felt you would be welcomed, not being welcomed, not being accepted, being refused. For me, that's what rejection is.
Wow.
Possibly, you're not suitable. You're just not suitable. You don't fit in. You don't cut the cloth.
You don't make the cut.
You just don't make the cut. And it makes you feel like an outcast. So yeah, there's a feeling to it when you get rejected.
Okay.
For me, I feel like Chekutanga. It's how you feel about yourself. Why wafunga kuti I'm being rejected?
Right.
Why?
Why?
Rejection. Why do you feel out that reject one? Love yourself first.
Okay.
So what is rejection? You define one how you feel about yourself.
How you feel about yourself.
That's
your definition of rejection.
Yes.
Okay.
That's basically self-rejection.
Yes.
To support her, the idea of you not being accepted because you feel like you're too fat or too thin. No rejection on Tyra. So sometimes rejection happens because you've rejected yourself first. And so just like how the cliche says, dress the way you want to be addressed. Accept yourself the way you want to be accepted. If you reject yourself, the atmosphere responds to that.
Okay. I really don't want us to be very diplomatic and sugarcoat what no to ramba ushtonika kune mama sekos animunzwisa kuti maybe kwandinoshanda vanhu vanondifarira you've on this, you've on that, but kwandakaroorwa kana kuti kwandinobva masisters angu chaiwo handifariri. So how do I feel about myself? Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the most troublesome types of rejection. Yekuti kune vana vanotokuda unosvika kuri peaceful. Unozo arega nditenese ningo nivadzima yekuchechi audiwe ikoko. Most women are going through that.
Kune nyaya inonzi sometimes.
Choice yakutari. Svika patapa tichitoda kutokwana.
Right.
Vanhu vanongorine ma-preferences. Saka ndangofunga kuti toda kwalaina narudo because I have a liking to rudo, but uyandingobudi. So it has nothing really to do with you or how you project yourself.
Let me give an instance.
Yeah, you must have an example.
For example, let's say family rejection.
All right.
You may be rejected by family mainly because there are standards in the Madindi family.
Right.
Ukamitiswa. We reject, we disown you. I know of an individual who was rejected by family. You are disowned from using the Ningi surname because amitiswa, they feel like you have embarrassed the family, but you have not looked into the what chazolida kuti mwana anzi amitiswa haazongotisedi kuti ndoda kumitiswa mangwana. It happens, mistakes happen, but zvinenge zvatongoitika. So instead of being embraced, you can be rejected by family. And when I say family, I can mean your father and your mother, your brother, your sister. It can extend to extended family, to your in-laws, to your sister-in-law, mother-in-law, even cousins and nephews. But it starts with the way your immediate family might have accepted you. Now, the idea of family setting a certain standard, if you don't meet up to that standard, you'll be found wanting, hence rejected. That is killing a lot of people.
What Tyra's point is, right, maybe to ask Tyra, in that case yataurwa narudo yekuti family yo reject mwana because amitiswa, zvine chekuita nezvaitwa nemwana na iye here
ipapo hazvina nechekuita na iye yasha akwada bwana everybody. Okay, rejection iyoyo iri very difficult, iri tough, iri satsitsi. Zvakuda vabereki nemoyo wavo kuti mwana wedu amitiswa. Tinokwanisa kupopota sevabereki nekurwadza, but there's a time yaunofana kumita halfway nemwana. Because ukaramba uchimurejecta, mwana yanotobuda zveshuwa tonoita benzi.
Exactly.
Otozono akukura asina guidance. Saka zvinofa zvaudzokera pamubereki kuti ndimi watinoita wrong. Mwana amitiswa. Tapopota, but
for me the big worry is because what you've done now is you've excluded me from the one thing that I knew. Family is who I'm connected to. Family would be my support system. Saka already kana mandi exclude.
That's right.
Or you're making me feel a certain type of way, or you're forcing me to react a certain way.
Sorry, I was just to say, to sort of marry it to Tyra's initial point, which I feel like sometimes we brand rejection as rejection, but it's the project. I want to talk about particularly that instance of your friend akarambirwa kunzi amitiswa. That rejection, inofana kutariswa from a perspective yekuti parent akaramba mwana iye how was his or her upbringing ana kuramba awe. You hear what I'm saying?
I hear
so
you.
then the rejection cycle keeps going.
Exactly.
Because in the hands na babong. Listen, I know of a guy who was rejected by his parents because he was playing soccer. And he got to a point where he accepted it.
Okay.
Like in a combo and machirima and things like that. Saka aitoenda unogarana pa hay bills unorara imomo. Fast forward to his wife. In my psychology work iyo ine ku counselor. Mukadzi wakakanonoka kusvika kubasa.
Oh my God. Saka it's now recurring.
That's a cycle.
So it sort of then marries to what you were saying kuti iwe ukazvirambawo kuti ndakanyadzisa ndaitiseva zvandakaitwa, you perpetrate it to the next person.
That is true. I've also discovered that rejection sometimes is God-oriented.
Okay.
Let me tell you how.
What does that mean?
In Shona, what I'm saying is inotogadzirwa na ishewo kumsorosoro. The reason is dzimwe nguva kana uri kufana kuve prime minister we Egypt, Jehovah vanofana kukukonzeresa sa Josepha kurambona na budhu vako. Ukaramba uri mu comfort zone, if you maintain your comfort zone, you will never then understand the pain, the pit, the prison for you to be a prime minister.
Orchestrated
by God. And usually Bible he will never put a weight on top of your shoulders that you can't manage. Ukaona wapi wa rejection mwara kuza uno manager. But most times zvataura Tyra kuti ndamitiswa nangu zvinondichaita sendamitiswa. We disappoint God. Yes, we disappoint God because when God gives you the rejection, He's expecting you to be firm and strong and no, I've got God who has not rejected me. So kanandina mwari, I still can go forward so that you reach to the levels. Usually vanoku rejected, they will come back.
asika mukutaura inini samai mufundisi from a level panguva iwewo ndichidzingwa ndichidini handifungi kuti ndiri kumbofunga zvamwari because ndine ma-immediate needs amatokata supposedly ndandifanira kuenda kavata mumba kuendahla ndichaona mwari vachiburuka nebhauro rechikafu.
It is important then to have somebody to talk to. I'm not okay. I've been ndavharirwa panze pado ndanonoka kubva kuriesa ndanonoka kubva kuchurch ndadi ukataura neumwe munhu anogona kupa guidance seni ukataura neni ndotokuudza kuti namata kana kuti ita so ndinowana wisdom yekukuudza. A problem shared is a problem solved. Rejection hauidili nayo wega azviiti. You need to find a counselor munhu wekuchurch, which is why it's important to also be affiliated with a Christian something, because if you've got people around you may mention ndarambirwa chakati anizoti ndokanganisirwa nditaurirewo nevabereki kana kuti chai chakati. Saka rejection iyoyo nyango ikava God oriented, if you're a person who doesn't speak you will never know because you need somebody to give you the wisdom.
I should just accept and
Ziriko, that's the character of humanity. We will not like you all the time.
No. Sorry.
Okay, get in
And, okay. And also, in I've got a story. We got mwana akambitiswa ari mwana mudiki.
Right.
Ane 13 years. Achitena 13.
That's sad.
What happens with that situation? Because mwana akamumburiswa ane 18, ane 21. Uyu mwana mudiki and we as a family tino regreta kuti why takamuti ngaiende. We should have popota totora mwana.
That's right.
Totora mwana. Yes. So what we did now, takatora mwana, takaenda kupolice, takaripota, takadini. And then kumkomana was like, inini mukadzi wangu ndinomuda.
Lovely. Better.
Like, okay, mataurirana. Zvoitwa sei, chitaurirana. But I feel like mwana uyu akaenda zvake kumarriage ari mwana mudiki. And takamu reject.
And many people who are in marriages today,
And that is an effect.
do you know what I mean? You're in a marriage because you found shelter, you found food. I know of people that are, listen, I have a sister who's in a marriage because of that, and she's lived, I think, around 18 years or so in that marriage. I don't know if she'll ever know her full potential or what she could have done. You know what I mean? Because when her parents died, avagama achikandwa kuti ati hetiti vanhu vakuneglect azvo vakataura panhambo zvekuti nichatasara pavana mwana akushaya kokuenda. She became a maid and then, you know, ultimately she got married to this guy. I pray that they are in love. Vanhu anomuchengeta. But I mean, listen, she would never know her full potential. But situation ndo yakamulida kuti apinde mumba. So there are those types of rejections where you then just end up in a marriage of convenience.
And usually my marriages akadaro ekuenda into marriage because wa reject wa kunotsvaka kokuna acceptwa. Tobva tazofamba mukuve rejected nema in-laws ikoko kwawaendawo. Because kazhinji mai wove mukomana vavachiexpecta kuti mwana adzidze adi agondivigira mukadzi akadzidzawo. Vonowana 13 year old ndopanotanga kumistreatwa nana mother in law, ndopaunozoona problem daughter in law being rejected by mother in law. Pozoita bopotora vamwe nenani ndopa zvinotangira ipapo. Even mwana mukomana tinomutenda yakabvuma mukadzi wake, but tinogona kunolida ku family rejection, extended family rejection. Podiliwa nawe posei ipapo.
Listen, on the flip side, mwana wakatora munhu because of convenience. I'm a mom. I had plans for my baby boy. So accept mukadzi because anakwekuenda. You know what I'm saying?
But are you aware kuti wenyu mwana akanganisa wangu?
Good. Hapana kukanganisa mwana wana.
I'm saying, are you hearing the... Obviously, we're going to talk about how, as sisters keepers, can we address that? How can we help one another? But I want you to understand the thought process. You know, zoita kuti paite mafights pakati pamwe nevadiki ava amwe nava nemurora mudiki. Because vari kuita defensive kakuti ko munhu anongouya from ndiani
akanganiswa zvodi oenda mubhini.
My point is, listen, this rejection can be hard on all of us. This product called rejection. And let me actually bring in my own story of rejection.
Right.
So most people know that I'm in my second marriage. Second and final.
I hope so.
Never say never, but I hope.
We pray so.
Listen, I hope that this is my final one.
Yes, it better be.
So in my first marriage,
Yeah.
I want to talk about the effects of rejection, guys. That I personally felt. So this guy used to tell me all the time that I had to settle. you're not the girl that I wanted.
In your face.
Yes, and you saw it.
My God.
Do you think you're beautiful? Look at yourself. Things like that.
That's a lot.
That we separated or we left. I think I was half dressed or whatever, and then he looked at me and then said, there was a guy. Darlington. So I was going to say Dada. And then he said to me, Canada. aitandandisa vanhu vechikadzi murai zvezvekuti akaona vanhu obva kutsa pipi yake obva ati tandandisa vanhu vechikadzi saka vanhu vaitiza zvikanzi dha anokuona iwe ukaivhonga otiza akadai so achiti chiiko ichi you're not a woman awuite
ndiroora wanga usingazvione zvese
achakuda seni akatokuda wakadaro zvauri izvozvo. Do you know what that did to me for years?
That's what I was
It affected you all.
Because this happened over time. You have kids with this person, so how did that make you
to
feel?
date my husband, my current and everlasting husband, my husband for eternity, my husband
glory.
She's happy to compliment me and say you look beautiful. I don't accept compliments like that. I didn't ask him and say, hey, what?
Exactly.
It has affected you.
You don't even know how to distinguish because you only trauma your coach projector. And when he says he really means it, you're thinking he wants something. Because
that sort of rejection, guys. You're a reject. Those exact words. I made it low. Listen, I settled for you. Do you know what it has done to me over the years? You know we work together, Ryan. So she may probably be driving or whatever. I need to blue ticks me. I start reading into it.
It comes back again.
And then what it then does is I start encouraging myself because it gives also an attitude, right? Just there and things like that. It's not necessary. Why are you getting worked up and things like rejection? There was a time when the industry, my gospel musicians, but Yvonne MC gigs, she doesn't touch. I couldn't be my baby. First of all, I've got a limp. Second of all, I look at the audience and one of my straight faces, and they're just like, I start reading into it. Yeah, so
you're reflecting from what your ex said.
The effects are real. And building on self-esteem rejection, guys, it takes
a lot of work.
No matter how many affirmations you get, it's a daily job, an hourly job until you are enough. So if you look at my about WhatsApp, 4 years now, for WhatsApp for the how long it has existed, you're going to worth it. You're
Amen.
Worth it. I constantly want to remind myself,
affirmation is perfect.
You're worth it. You're worth it. Do you know what? You're it.
You know what? When I listen to you and this was happening to you, I know you've got kids, and I'm sure they were watching that happening to you and you going into a cocoon and going back. Rejection will extend to people surrounding you as well when these things happen to you. And it could possibly have an impact on the kids as well. Because then they're watching this and thinking, Mama, and she just didn't do anything. You never know where does the cycle break. I was just thinking about it when you were talking about it, that I remember this, I was 5 years old and my mother had not really been living with my dad. But when she got to get introduced to her mother-in-law, who's my boy, she went there driving a car, my teacher driving a Mari, so she had an alpha side. The woman literally said, she was hitting the ground. She's not going to pass here. I don't want to. Here she was nose bleeding through the nose. The drama was traumatic for me. I was young and I'm thinking, I'm just going to see my grandmother. What the hell is going on? You know, and up to now, I struggle with it. When my mother-in-law, even if she's cautioning me, sim needing this just says, but cringe. And then take time to think, okay, Mama is really trying to build me. But that drama already said to me, you and your mother-in-law won't work.
And in that marital rejection, it will also cause the spouses not to connect. Because imagine you've got a husband who's been rejected so much, they've got a background like that, and you've been put by God as a helper to try and take them out of the rejection. But the more you try to advance to them, they seem to reject the love, not because they want to, but it's inbuilt, like Zataura Waivi. How then do you manage that? Because that's an effect. The effect of rejection is rejecting the love you're getting.
The effect of rejection is rejection.
So in that, I feel like communication.
Okay.
Tora murumo wako.
Okay.
Nae pasi. Wangu. Let's share our background. I just need 10 minutes ekutera background yako kuti wasei. Ini ndokuudza ndakakuudza wasei.
That's right.
Because pane zvinhu zvaunoita zvandiri kuona kuti
It's not you.
And of course I'm sure iwo pane zvinhu zvandiri kuita kuona maybe zviri kukufrustratewo background yako plus zvangu inini. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, you're right.
Otherwise if
Andiramba akundizejecta because my decisions emumba like you're saying could maybe it's a simple decision. Pamwe ndeyekuti toendesa mwana from one kupi kana kuti ndeyekuti topenda mawalls edu topamapainta what color and then wakati because andirejecta saka
so
communication, and I've since discovered that rejection builds bitterness. You become bitter towards the people that are rejecting you, and moreover bitterness is like rust. It eats you up, not the people around. And so as a sister's keeper, I'd love to say, if you have been rejected, the best way to deal with that rejection is to accept. One other thing that you need to accept, you may not have to force yourself into a space you're not supposed to be in. If you try to befriend somebody and you realize that they're not yielding to me, don't force it in. Move home.
But listen, I like that, and it just sort of opened my mind when you spoke about friendships and rejection. Guys, how easy is it? You guys are sisters keepers. So keep me. Keep me. You can have now your issue.
Okay.
How easy is it? Because I feel it's a little difficult. Could you've invested your time and your my passions and my conversation? She's not the way we say. She's not advice. There's a guy actually told me, I wasted advice on you because you just don't listen. You don't know that 3 hours and talk words. But it's kind of
It's like, I'll invest in this relationship.
So I'm investing in a friendship. And then friend then doesn't want to invest back, or just sort of, I probably not understood the terms and conditions of our friendship.
Yeah, right.
Do you hear what I'm
point yo pakasimba ipap.
How do you recover from that rejection?
Before we even talk about recovering from rejection from friends, who told you that's your friend? With what criteria did you mark that this is my friend? Because friendship comes in 3 categories, eh? There is a constitute,
right.
There is a comrade, then there is a confidant. You will be rejected. You will be rejected by somebody who was just so kind and sweet, and then you concluded in your head that this is my confidant. Wait, confidence are friendships, sisters keepers who are there for you. Like they can go through hell and high water. They know everything about you. You know everything about. But confidence take long to build. You are out of 5 people, you can find 1 person with a confidant or 0, because you don't just get, because because 21st century. A confidant is their confidant, and their confidant is a confidant. That's why I'm just on what you want. That's why vakawanda vachizo reject never not my friends. But ukaziva kuti uyu friend yangu pakuti she's a constitute, ndiri kugaina from her and she's gaining from me at this particular time. Ndo friendship yedu. Uyu comrade turukurwa. Uyu Tyra is a social media person. Aita friend arukumu protect pa social media. Arukunoita maghost account. Usafunga kuti best friend yako comrade friend. Saka you start to feel ndo yemwe nyanda chida kutaura. Solution to rejection: discover whether it's rejection or it's you who is extending your relationship where it's not supposed to be.
Thank you.
Yes,
so
because
I like that you mentioned that, because I had a similar situation with, and I think because this friend of mine was younger.
Okay.
So I think she used to see me as an advisor. Or someone who puts kananda, and also because I think I fit in all 3 categories.
Okay.
You can call me now and tell me you've pashata. Don't send a location.
All right. Okay. You were there.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'll get there through it with you, and so I guess she then felt like my intervention.
Okay.
She went through something really personal that I felt I could have been there for her.
Was that not entitlement on your side?
It's all.
Right.
Because I had not understood
the terms of the friendship.
conditions of this relationship.
Glory.
Inini and I think
So I had to let it go gently,
Thank you.
with no bitterness.
Good.
Hi.
Saka ipapo haisi rejection. It's understanding.
inini I think ndinotonida kutobatsirwa.
Okay.
I'm that type of a person. Ndine history yema friends.
Okay.
I'm that type of a person okuti once wangonditaridza kuti uri kundifarira, you're giving me attention. Ndinodurura zvose.
Oh, you're vulnerable to love. Okay.
So, inini handina nguva pamunhu. Ndokutaridza, maybe that's why people call me snake under grass.
You're not in Jesus' name.
Kuti zvoni.
Listen, it's not makuwa.
Kuti zvauri hazvizvo zvauri.
Zvandira si zvandira.
Nyepedzera.
Ndinonyebedzera. But I don't know kuti kunyebedzera here. I'm a very nice person. Naturally, ndotozviudza kuti inini I'm very nice.
And I've noticed
And
that.
ndiri munhu ari so welcome.
You also be very naive
I can
about
tell
who you
everyone,
are.
kuti, oh, I love you so much. How are you? Oh, I love you. Okay.
I love you, Akira.
So ipapo kune munhu anobva ati wow, Taylor, she's now my friend.
Yeah.
Ndo era iwe.
Inini I'm not your friend.
You're just being kind.
Then mangwana ukanditsvaga uchindira panzvimbo handipo panzvimbo. And then you call me Taylor, she's fake.
She's a snake under grass.
She's
What
a
is
snake
it?
under
But she said, I love, because I love you, Taylor. I love you.
So on your side you feel a rejected name.
Yes.
But inini nditori bo because I'm not your friend.
So iwewe manjeka ipapo unenge uri in the wrong according to me.
Okay.
Because accessibility yako ndo yausiri
Very accessible.
Hakuna ma boundaries.
Ndakadai kuvhurika.
Hence, people feel rejected.
iwe unofana kutaitena accessibility yako, then waragedza kuva that naive zvako zvokutaura nanyari
Don't be naive about people coming to you. You're Madam Boss for
Exactly. What's your profile?
Okay.
Everybody wants to be aligned
Last
to you.
week, can I tell you something?
They're obviously going to show you attention.
Can I tell you something? Ndakazviseka recently when I opened my shop. Ndakazviseka ndakati what? You know, pandakango announce kuti the shop is now open. Obviously, as the owner, you have to be there 2-3 weeks.
business.
For the past 2 weeks, ndavhura shop. Pashop pangu pakadaiso nemashamwari.
Wow.
Pakazara. And I'm like, who is my friend? Manava.
Where others just trying to see.
So mumwe nemumwe anditi aitaridza kuti ane portion neni haadi neni, uyu ndiani uyu. Uya kuti
Unokuseparata mafriends nemafriends here.
uyu ndiani.
Unoseparata mafriends nemafriends. Shop mafriends.
Ndasara pakati manje. Ndasara pakati. Ndane confusion. Ndakavhurika asikana ndibatsirei.
Tikutobatsira. Saka okay.
How do you identify kuti ishamwari yangu?
First separate your friends.
So I'm gonna let Trudeau go on to that because they are a constitution yema constitutional comrades nema confidant.
Saka ma-confident.
Right, okay. Basically, what we are trying to say as sisters keepers is for you not to feel rejected. First, look at yourself in terms of friendship. First, look at yourself. Where am I with this individual that I'm talking to? In terms of family, accept that you've been rejected. Don't hate them. Protect your heart from bitterness, because bitterness will only eat out of you. Even the Bible says, forgive. You will not grow if you're going to hold on to the rejection.
I think that, thank you. But I also think in Tara's question, well, how do I identify, is this a friend or is this not a friend? I think the people that aspire to be Tyra and want to be you and want to benefit maybe from the cloud, I cannot be friends.
They can't be.
No, they're not.
Friends. Those are people that you inspire.
You possibly are entertaining vouchers.
It's got to be somebody who inspires, who's at a level with you.
And then
Somebody that you can engage intellectually with.
Yeah.
Somebody who can benefit yangacharewa.
pane zvandasirira. Ndine mashamwari andakakura nawo kuchikoro, kumachechi, ndisati ndaamatambosa. Ndinodhumana some of them.
Okay.
And of course, hi, how are you, Nyari? Long time. And then you hear someone saying, hey, Tyra, anovaira.
Now they are feeling rejected by you. vari kuda tari wavoyo.
Taira anovera. How do I handle that situation?
It will depend with the circumstance, because pamwe wasvika meeting nevanhu handiti, and then I say, hey, how are you doing? Because being a sister's keeper for me, especially if you are friends, kana kuti ma comrades or whatever type of friend you are, you're supposed to know me and understand what you want. Listen, tell her how many times. I'm not saying we're the closest of friends, but how many times have I hung up my phone on you?
Eish.
Studio.
But inini ndotadza kuzvinzwisisa.
You called me back more than 3 times. There's a day you called me 4 times.
Right.
I have called you and you haven't picked. But I took time to understand that, listen, chick might be busy. So when you then go to my extremes to conclude that it's in the fiery, but my friends.
Kusafuka rejection.
No. But I'm my friends. We're not friends.
Okay.
Hey.
We will talk more. But rejection is something that can build you or break you if you decide. The decision is yours.
Yeah.
Indeed. And listen, thank you so much for watching. Tell someone to watch this particular episode. It will definitely change your life. Sisters Keeper, we all love you and we'll definitely see you.
And definitely sisters should be telling us what they want to hear from us. So let us know. We will bring it to the table and the sisters will definitely talk about it. See you next time.
All I can say is, sister,
Keep